G and the company are real people. They're not. It's not a stitch up. It's not a setup. They're not trying to con you out of your money. They give so much more than what people see, and we see that inside the Infinity fam. You get this wonderful community, you get all these people around you, and yes, there is a fee attached to it, but so there should be, because I can tell you right now, if you value your time and everything else that you do where you make money, it will cost you more than the fee. I guarantee you. It's just, you get a relationship manager, you get wealth strategists, you get all these people around you that sets you up not to fall on your face.
And you've always...
Money isn't the root of all evil, the fucking lack of it is.
Not money, the lack of understanding money.
When I put that into emphasis, when I realised that psychological effect and how it hit our family, I FTB all the fucking way.
You are now watching the Money Mentor podcast
With Graham Home.
Graham Home.
You're fucking gone. See ya.
What's it like having a relationship manager? That's what people always kind of get stuck on, I think. What is that about? What is it like day to day? Is it hard or?
No, I love
someone you can call and you don't have to have like this professional filter on. You can just be like, I'm stressed. There's too much going on. I don't understand all this paperwork. Help. And yeah, Josh has really been a good calm amongst my internal storm that I create for myself. So I have called and messaged him a few times, and it's because I'm in the thick of it. But he's just it's all good, and I would really struggle without Josh.
Yeah,
we need him.
Yeah, no, we like Leanne said, it's so easy to have someone you can just pick up the phone to if we're not sure about anything with our investments or the budget or whatever it may be with inside what we're doing. And you just, Josh, I just send him a text and say, hey mate, had this, what do you think about this? He goes, I'll get on to Luke or I'll get on to someone and we'll sort it out. And usually by the afternoon it's done, isn't it? Usually.
Like a social counsellor for your finance.
Yeah, counsellor for your finance.
I like that. Yeah, I was thinking it sounds almost like a therapist. You can be like, I'm thinking about this, and then what do I do about that?
Well, I think sometimes it probably would for them.
Oh yeah.
To be honest with you, like it, you know,
it would
because
be a hard job.
We were just saying to G, like, you know, one of the hardest things I think we found on the journey, it wasn't hard, but a point of difference for us was the budget. Because we never really stuck to a budget together, and it wasn't not that strict. So we were like, why are we buying this? And then we'd start to argue a little bit about it. And, you know, there was a time when Josh said, don't you be a divorce case for me, you know, like, because, and he explained, he said, like, some people just completely disagree. And I could see how that can happen. Like, look, I'm a bull at a gate, and I had to wind
Nathan
back a little bit.
was very excited, and I just need a minute.
Yeah.
Like, just calm down. So we're a bit different in that way.
I'm one of them people,
fun.
I grab it and run. But look, they're fantastic. The team is fantastic. Yeah. Like, it's just, it's not what we expected, but I'm so glad we got. So
what did you expect? Have you had experiences with other companies before?
No, but we've heard some horror stories. We've heard, you know, other people, you know, in going into the same environment, I'll say. However, it's just like a pump and dump, I suppose. They sell them, they say, here's a property, they sell it, and then they just disappear.
I don't think any other financial investment firm is set up like Infinity. I don't think they would do all these like the community events, for example. Like they're amazing.
The things you're doing now,
you know,
like, and it's not. And I like this. I can sit here and say we're not prompted. We're not sitting here and you guys are, you know, going, hey, you need to say this or you can't say this.
Script,
it's not scripted. No. It's open. It's no bullshit.
You don't have to come or don't come. Like, we don't care. It's up to you guys. But if you want to share your story, it might help somebody else out there. I think that's why we did it, because we know there's people out there struggling. We've got friends who are struggling. And if us putting ourselves out there can help somebody else, then it's worth it, you know?
Yeah, it's so true, because it is something that I think, you know, we all grew up in different ways, but the majority of us didn't talk about money with our friends or our family, and it's kind of one of those things.
It's kind of a taboo. subject
and
in
it's
Australia.
so weird
I
because
think.
it should be the most open thing. And one of the first things I found about coming here, it's like everyone talks about money, and it's so
Really openly.
freeing.
Well, the
It's not a
funny thing is,
secret.
the funny thing is with money is that I find that if you talk to people, and we've been through this, like we talked about this the other day, didn't we, with people saying, oh, they've got too much money, or look at these people, they've got money and they're
Well, they
rich
only
and
got there because of this
someone
and
gave
that.
them.
It would
Like,
never just be that they made some really good
Australians seem to have this
decisions.
really negative opinion of people who
tall poppy.
have the money to be able to drive like a nice car and multiple houses and investments. And we're not like that. It's like, well, maybe they've just done really well for themselves and they've
you
made
don't
the
know
right
their
choices,
story.
and they
Don't
don't
judge.
go out and, blow their money on alcohol and cigarettes and gamble and do all these crazy things that people do with their money. So, but it is a crazy subject in Australia. I find that when you start to talk about money, people find it very uncomfortable for whatever reason. But inside the group, it's fantastic.
It's a safe space.
You can I love to see when people post their sweeps, and some people might post and say I've swept 20, and some of the person might post and say I swept 800. They still get the same response.
Yeah,
They
because
still get
everyone
well done,
has-
well done. It doesn't matter how much it is, it's still a goal and it's an improvement. And to be part of something like that, I can't explain it. It's just, people inside the group, I can see have stopped feeling vulnerable about posting that things. Like a lot of people, if they only swept 800, or they saved 800, they'd be probably afraid to say that they'd saved $800, right? That's not that much.
Yeah.
Yes, it is.
It doesn't matter.
It's something. It doesn't matter.
It doesn't matter how much it is. You're still on
win.
the same trajectory as everybody else, regardless of how much money you can put aside. You are following the budget. You are doing what you can with what you have.
And everyone's
available
cheering
to
for
you.
everyone, and anyone
cheer for
that's
you,
not, like, they
100%.
get kicked out. So
Well, you don't want them here, and that's what
No,
I like about it.
just-
But I haven't seen one.
no, there's no
Negative
negativity in
comment.
that group at all.
And when
No,
we've been to
there's not.
REMS and
It's-
spoken to people,
Mm.
everybody's happy.
Yeah.
Everybody, you can talk to people about what you're doing, and there's no fear of judgment, things like that. So
But
it's
yes,
wonderful.
we love our RM.
Yeah, sorry. I know. I
that's
was about
okay.
to get back to that. Sorry.
Question.
You
We
give
just
Leanne
start
and I a
chatting and then
talk.
we do. No,
We do this, we ramble and rant.
That's what just happened in there with G.
I
No, but that's
know.
what it's for, And I think that you just said, you want to share your story, not because of any kind of want on your part to say, look at us, look what we've done, because
No.
that's not, that's not the nature of anyone who has anything
I
to
am
do
not
with
a sharer.
Infinity.
That's what I was just
No,
saying
she's not a
before.
sharer.
I do not.
This is
I'm
about
very
my-
private.
yeah.
I don't take selfies. I don't put anything out there. So yeah, there'll be some people that are like,
We'll put it
"Oh,
at the
she
start of the
does."
week, like we were nearly, because Leanne had reservations, because she doesn't put herself out there. It doesn't make she's uncomfortable saying all this stuff. But one thing we are learning is that you need to be comfortable being uncomfortable in any sort of situation where investment, whether we're not here, if you want to grow, you've got to be uncomfortable
Yeah.
because you don't grow in a comfort zone. So,
That's so
we
true.
wanted to put ourselves out there for different reasons, and that was.
And
Look, we were in a
also
different.
from-
We were in a different position. We were in a different position as far as I'm concerned. We had a mortgage, but we had enough money to pay it out. We weren't in a position where we were coming to, I guess, to G and the group for how do we pay down our home loan faster. We were coming because
we wanted
to understand how people with $800,000 mortgages were still investing into 5 property.
We just thought that's weird.
Yeah. How does that work?
Well, I was like, how does that work?
Mm.
And we knew that we were in a really good position, and we were talking to people, and they're like, you can get one. I'm like, Leanne, it doesn't make sense. I'm looking at these people
The
over
maths
here.
isn't mathing.
Yeah, the
It
math
doesn't.
math.
This doesn't make sense. I'm like, what is G and this
So
group
there was a
doing
lot
that
of
is so
curiosity
different? It was-
out of it when we first were introduced to it. We were just genuinely curious, and we are sort of. I'm very
we're still
curious
learning stuff.
person, and
We're still learning as we go along, but from people in the group as well. Like, and the things that get shared within the group, the savings and how we're doing things,
so many
and
tips.
how to
Oh, I
budget
know.
and
So
things.
good.
Like,
And it helps everyone
It
at
helps
any
everyone.
stage. And it's like you say, when you come in, everyone comes in at a different point with different goals and with
Yeah.
different the ability to go different places. But yeah, you come because we don't know. We're not financial wizards in our spare time. We all have jobs and families and all that thing, and you come here because you want to learn.
Yeah.
And the best thing about putting yourself out there, I think, is that it breaks down that fear that other people have, that
Absolutely.
it won't be for them, or they won't benefit from it, or that, you know, they can't do that because they don't earn $500,000 between them a year. It's like, well, actually everyone can do something, and every little bit.
There's people that aren't even earning that are earning a lot less, that are making sensational gains with this company. Awesome. And this, like, even Megan and Jeremy's story, like, gosh, I've cried when I listened to them on their podcast when she was talking about her mum. There's so many inspirational stories and amazing humans in this community.
100%. And I think there's always someone that wants to tell you can't. Yeah. And I hate saying that, but it's real. There's always someone saying that's not possible, or that's a scam or a fraud. And we live in a world where there is a lot of scams and there are a lot of frauds, but there is still real people out there, and there are still people that want to help people. And, like, you know, the Christmas appeal stuff, like people don't do that without empathy and a heart and a place that it comes from, a good place and genuine stuff.
We're just really honoured and fortunate and grateful to have found Infinity and to be part of this community.
Because they're fantastic.
We feel like we're in the right.
We felt like we found the
space.
people. You know, when you feel like you find your people, that's like...
Because we're not very social. Nathan and I don't really drink a lot, except that maybe once a year on our birthdays we allow ourselves to have a margarita.
We have a margarita.
And at the Christmas party.
And it just, I only need one now, which is fantastic.
But we don't, you know, compared to a lot of, I think, other, you know, your average Australians have their barbecues and they're, you know, a lot of their socialising's revolved around... you know, drinking and stuff like that. We don't do a lot of that. We don't drink. We don't. Yeah. So
we're still socialised, but I think
not
you find your.
But it's
your
nice to
groove
find
of
a different group of people and like-minded, all have similar goals.
You don't realise what is out there and how, because, you know, when you open your social media or you look on, you know, watch the news or watch TV, there's a lot of negativity. And when you do find something like this, it's like, well, there must be a catch, because everyone can't be that nice and everyone can't be that happy
You're
for each other.
programmed to almost talk yourself out of it. That's how we've been programmed. So.
Well, you do, because you know what, the first thing that most of us do when we do something is we jump on Google and we don't see what positive ones we can
for the
find.
bad stuff.
Someone said that the other day. It's like I just kept looking until I could find something
wrong,
bad. I wanted to find the
Well,
catch.
Lenny and
Casey.
Casey. So Kate, like, that was the sort of the thing that got me over the line, Casey being the private investigator, because I feel like I probably could have done well in that profession. The way I research everything. And I thought, well, she would have really done her due diligence. And if there was something, I mean, there's always going to be little bits and pieces that pop up, but you would want to be finding she would find something concrete. And if she couldn't do that, then...
I think when I looked, I'm not going to sit here and say I didn't, but I think the only thing I could find was just someone's opinion. It wasn't factual. They weren't part of anything. It was an opinion.
Yeah.
You know, but I've stopped myself from doing that now, because
you know what happens and you know what it's doing for you. Yeah. So what has it done? Kind of, I know that you were in a good position when you joined, but what has it done to your day-to-day? What's the biggest kind of shift that that has kind of been facilitated by being part of this?
Really conscious of what we're spending our money on now in the budget. Yeah. Like, if I could give anyone any advice about finances, and I'm not qualified to, but budget would be the first thing I would say. If you know what you're spending your money on, and you know what you've got coming in and going out, then you're probably on top of your finances, because half the people, you know what's coming in, 99% of people wouldn't know what was going
if you had asked me how much are you spending on groceries, like Nathan knew probably more, he watched it more, but I was like, I don't know,
a couple $100 here and there.
Yeah.
I wouldn't be able to tell you a figure.
The tappies get you. Like, we like to eat pretty healthy. And we'd go to the health food store, and as silly as it sounds, but we'd go in and we'd grab like a couple of bottles of kombucha and whatever, but we never thought about it. But it was like one thing we noticed, because we keep the bottles, the 10 cent for change things with kids.
Yes, that's one of the
and
things
it's depleted.
we really noticed.
Like, we haven't
Yeah.
So we realised like how much money we were just going out and
spending
spending.
on just drinks. And I think for most people it's silly things that you don't even think about. It's soft drinks, it's packet food, which you could easily just make things at home. Things outside of your staples. Yes,
I used to get a coffee.
It's the drinks, it's the liquid beverages.
Yeah.
Honestly, even just taking that out, and you don't need it. Like you don't.
Well, I used to
think
go
you do,
every
but you
time I
don't.
used to go to work, and this is a funny part, is I'd get a coffee, right, which a lot of people do, but I'd also go, brownie.
Exactly.
Brownie, because you can't have
it's a
coffee
trap.
without a brownie.
It's there. It's calling to you.
I know. And then it's like, yeah, okay, is there anything else? Well, I might get one of those slices for later. But then you realise that on a daily basis, before you even get to work and start earning money, you've probably spent $25, $30.
You've
Yeah.
And you're
already
doing
spent the
that
money that you've
daily.
earned in the first hour before you've even done the work.
100%. And when you start to sit down and think, sit back and think, well, I don't think I've had a coffee where we haven't planned to go out since.
Yeah.
Like
We've
I don't buy
really-
coffee in the morning anymore. I've just stopped because I
Really?
added it up. And I
But
was
we
like,
have the
wow.
little sachets at home.
Yeah,
so
you
if
do
we
it at
want,
home
if
and
we want to have
Yeah.
it, we're not
But
missing out. It's really, you have to change. If you want to keep doing what you're doing and buying your coffees and you're happy plodding along and financially you're not stressed and you're not getting to the end of the week waiting for your next paycheck to come along, that's fine. Keep living your life. But I think it's just small little changes, and you're not going without. Like I always think, like look at what's happening overseas and in other countries. We're fine.
fortunate,
We're all
yeah.
pretty fine here. Most of us. There definitely are people struggling in
I
Australia.
think budget as well. Like people look at it as a dirty word, right?
Well, it's a scary thing. Like I know that people kind of go, I don't want to do a budget because I'm scared to add up actually what I do waste. And how do you get, it's horrible. And the idea that you have to change all that and that someone else is watching what you're doing as well.
I struggled with that a bit.
Yeah. How did you get
I was
through
like,
that?
you're not going to
kind
tell
of-
me what to do.
Yeah.
Well-
You can't tell me, you're not my mum.
Yeah, well, I mean, we were okay in that space. It's not like we didn't drink. We never drank. We used to drink. We don't anymore. We don't smoke. We don't give. So
Since
all
joining?
that stuff.
Like since
No,
is
we
that-
stopped drinking years ago.
Yeah, when
probably.
we moved up here, we pretty much stopped. So like 14 years ago, like I said, we'll have a drink, but we didn't have, I guess, a lot of crazy bad habits. But there's
We
things
do
in
like
there
our
that's pretty.
food.
There's things in there that, like, when you go back through, were embarrassing. Like where we go out 3 times a week and spend like a couple $100 on a meal, and it's like that's $600.
I could have made better than that as well.
Well, and sometimes that's the disappointing part. Like we have been out where we've spent money and gone, that was shit.
Yeah.
You know,
Or maybe I didn't need to order like
yeah, because I am
for
shocking.
myself.
I'm terrible. I'll be honest with you.
Nathan loves his food.
I
We
love
love our
food.
food.
Yeah.
We're foodies.
Like I'll
We
go
like
to
good
a
quality
I'll go to a
food.
Mexican
Nothing better than a
place
good
and
food.
like get some like everything.
So Nathan stopped ordering 3 mains and 4 entrees for himself now.
I used
Do you
to eat it
pre-game?
all.
Do you have a few snacks before you go out now?
No, I'm more controlled, Alex. And if the kids don't eat something, I'll eat theirs.
Yeah,
So.
I'll just tidy up.
No, look, honestly, I've
The waiters
realised.
would come out and they'd be like, so who are these 3 for? They're all for my husband.
But I'd be full and I'd still shove it into me because I'm just an idiot. So, and it was quite funny, honestly.
There are worse things
It was funny because they'd be
in.
looking
I
for
know.
someone to put the plate down and I'm like, no.
But, you know, everyone's got their little addiction, their little habits within what they're spending. And it's just looking at those, confronting them, being honest with yourself and going, do I really need it? Like, no, I don't.
You're not
We
going
all
without.
No.
No.
Do you hear Josh's voice in your head? Are you like, what's Josh?
Look,
what would Josh
he's pretty
say?
good. He's pretty good with us because he talks to me a lot, but he actually
He's
gives
so
us a compliment.
calm.
He's
Josh
like,
is
you guys are
quite
doing
good.
pretty well. Like, your ratio to take out to when you buy food and thing is excellent. So we get a pat on the back as well.
That's nice.
But it's not like
We've never
I guess-
been in the naughty corner. I've seen some of the other ones like normalise putting your clients into naughty corner
so
for
funny.
going over the budget. And they're like standing there like little kids.
Yeah, you have to sit on the naughty step
Yeah.
because you've gone over again.
Again, yeah.
But it's good. It's when, you know, you're
need
so
someone there if you're
flippant
bad.
with your money. A lot of us haven't been taught how to manage our money
Yeah.
properly. Like, it's not a bad thing to have somebody come in and just be like, look at what you're spending your money on. Like, you just went and
It's
got
not just about what you're spending here. They show you another way. They go, look, if we don't spend all this here, This is what you can have.
I think that's what it is, isn't it? It's having the goal. It's not I'm going to be strict and not have coffee out anymore just because it's a waste. I'm going to be strict and not have coffee out anymore because I want that.
Yeah.
And they show you the goal or how that can change your life.
We haven't. There's been a few times, particularly at the beginning, it was an adjustment, and I've heard other, mums, women particularly, we've just got things that are just habitual with our kids that we buy. And even just, I didn't think I bought that much takeaway for my kids, but after school they're hungry and I would just stop and get them some chips if I had to run into the supermarket.
To make them stop complaining.
It's made me more disciplined. Like, we only go to the supermarket once a week now, and I might just pick up little things if I need them, but our big shop is once a week. We have one day, whereas I was going probably
4 times a week.
4, maybe
well, you
sometimes
drive past
5.
on the way home, don't you? You're like, I just need to pick up that.
But then you're in there
then you
and the kids are like, have a snack. And
But-
then there's a kebab stop conveniently set up right next door to the supermarket. And it's just easy to say, I'll just get you some chips. So filling that gap before, but we don't, we've stopped doing
I think the
all
only
that
thing
now.
that Josh has probably chipped us about is because we didn't, we weren't going out. And he's like,
Yeah, he said, you guys
enjoy
don't-
yourself.
Don't get a lot of takeaway.
and he's like, you need, like, next time you go out, don't be afraid to actually spend a
We were
little
being
bit
like,
of money.
We were being
Right.
like,
Too
are you trying to
strict.
trick me?
Yeah, well, that's the thing. It's not just about. They're not just there to. They're there to make sure that you're also not. Because
You're being
let's be honest, if
disciplined.
you're that disciplined and you don't spend any money on fun, you're gonna get sick of it.
Well, yeah, we don't want you to be miserable.
No,
That's not
you're gonna
and
be
that's
miserable.
it. We want you to
100%.
that's
have
not
fun
what it's
and
about.
have a good
And I
life. Yeah.
think there would probably be that misconception with a lot of people.
With
It's
budgets,
like
with
budgeting,
budget is.
I earn my money, I'll do what I want. And I'm like, okay, well, how's your financial situation going? Do you
Yeah,
have any
right.
assets? Have you looked at what's happening with the economy and if you're even going to be able to afford to buy a house? Like, people are renting rooms now, not houses.
And people are like, I think I was watching something while I was scrolling last night, and it was like, oh well, I'm a millennial, I'll never own a home, and that's just a fact. And I was like, but
It's already ingrained.
yeah, but it's not.
I posted a
it doesn't
thing
have to be.
on the Infinity Fam. Did you see that? Where those people come out. It was, I can't remember the dates, but they said that the block of land was $3,500 or something like that, and they offered $3,500. They wanted $5,000, and they were like, we're not budging. But it shows you, like, the millennials talking
Perception.
about that they won't be able to afford a house. Everybody from every generation has probably said that they're never going to be able to afford a house because they keep going up. But the reality of it is that you can. We just have to change the way that I guess that we're looking at.
You just have to take the leap. You have to.
Everything
You have
goes
to
up.
take the
Wages-
risk. You have to understand there might be fails along the way, but you're not going to progress. You will stay comfortable and safe in your own spot, but you won't progress. You have to take the jump, or you can just keep making excuses and procrastinating, like I did for a long time, like we did for a long time.
Yeah.
And I wish we took the jump sooner.
Yeah, I think
Like
everyone has that
pre-COVID would have
moment
been
too.
awesome.
I think everyone has that moment too, that when you do take the leap and you look in hindsight and think, I should have done this a while ago. We did that. But
If you're
the
thinking
budget
about it,
and
just do it.
the budget,
That's what I was
now.
going to say. What would you say? Would you say to kind of people that will obviously see this, be like, what would you say if they're going, oh, I really want to, but not sure.
Stop talking about it. Stop thinking about it. Stop researching. Stop overanalyzing. Just do it. Take action.
look,
That's what I would say.
Look, I think I agree with part of that. I think everyone should do their own research. Everyone should do their own due diligence, right? Because there are people out there, and if you don't do your own due diligence, then you end up in the wrong spot. So you need to do that. But there are genuine people out there, like the company, like Infinity, that genuinely want to help, and they are. And they're, so if I'm sitting here and I'm telling anyone out there that's listening to me, G and the company are real people. They're not. It's not a stitch up. It's not a setup. They're not trying to con you out of your money. They give so much more than what people see, and we see that inside the Infinity Fam. You get this wonderful community, you get all these people around you, and yes, there is a fee attached to it, but so there should be, because I can tell you right now, if you value your time and everything else that you do where you make money, it will cost you more than the fee. I guarantee you. It's just you get a relationship manager, you get wealth strategists, you get all these people around you that sets you up not to fall on your face.
And you've always
So
got
you
someone
don't get
to
that
call.
anywhere. You don't get that anywhere else.
If you're unsure, you've
So-
always got somebody that you can call, as opposed to going with a company where you might not have all this whole team around you. We always know that we can call you guys, and whatever question we have, it will be answered or dealt with.
What's the funniest question, or the most kind of out there question you've asked that you were like, oh, I'm not sure I should ask this, but I'm going to anyway?
There's so many emails and things that I've sent. Was it around? Oh, we sent about the rental guarantee.
That was a thing that got like that was, you know, people were putting in our head as well.
Yeah.
So we've had that, like, where people are like, well, you know, they do this and this happens and this happens. So naturally, like, start to ask a question, and we asked a question and got answered. You know, like we got people talking about rental guarantees and bits and pieces, and
there's just a lot of terminology you don't understand. But there's been a lot of questions that I've thought in my head, should I answer that? But then it just gets answered anyway. Without me even having to ask it. So, or I'll speak to him because he understands a lot more of it than I do, and he'll be just like, "But they already talked about that, don't you remember?" I was like, "No, my brain isn't much."
Everyone's.
Yeah. But it's not your job to know all those things.
No.
That's why we exist, because
you
know,
take away that burden.
Look, last
spend all of
night
our
is a
time
prime
reading finance stuff.
100%, and that last night is a prime example of that. We got a 156-page contract document for our SMF, right?
Yeah.
And anyone that's sitting there and says that, you know, you don't get value for money, read that document and make sense of it yourself. It'll take you months and months and months, because there's shit in there that nobody would even understand besides someone that is specialised in that, right? And I looked at it and I started going through it, and Leanne's like, "Are you going to read it?" I said, "No, that's why we have these guys. That's why we have them."
Yeah.
So the first document, like, was nerve-wracking at the start because we rang our conveyancers and they were like, "We've got you covered. It's all sorted."
They go through it for you.
You're happy for you to read them, but this is what we do for you. And you know what? That's it, right? It's like, you get a document now, DocuSign, and it's like, oh, it's this document. It's like, do we need to read it? No, we don't. No, we don't. Because there's shit in there that doesn't matter what I read anyway. I could read through that whole document and understand 2% of it.
So we're not solicitors. We haven't been to uni.
You know, there's terminology in
law.
there and things like that. But that's what I'm talking about with time. Like, to do that and understand it correctly, first you'd probably need a degree. And secondly, who's got time when you've got a family and you've got
working.
jobs and you've got all the other shit that happens in your life around you?
They just make it easy. They make the process easy for
I want that to be the case. I want to be able to ring up and say, "Hey, we've got enough cash in the bank. Can we look at another investment?" And they go, "Yep," and we find you one, and we sign the documents, and that's it.
And it's done.
It's done.
So what are your goals now? Have they changed? I know often people go in and chat to G and things change completely.
Our plan is still the same. Like,
I think because we're so new, we're still just coasting along on what we were given at REM and discussed with Luke. But, you know, there's always times where Nathan and I will just have chats at home. We'll go like, "Oh, let's just give them a call and see if this might be a possibility, or maybe we have capacity, maybe we can come to the next REM." But having the opportunity just to be able to do that, whereas a lot of other places, no, this is 1, 2, 3 houses, this is set, you're going to leave them, you know, let them do their thing, you guys go back to your lives. There's no more opportunity for growth or for things to change. Like, we're at that stage in our lives where, you know, once the kids are a bit older in the next few years, where we might be wanting to get a bit more aggressive.
I guess we started to think about it a little bit more. Like, when it got put in front of us, it was like we were just so stoked that we had, you know, those investments properties put in front of us. And now that we've sat down and that's another, like Leanne said, it's the best part, is that if we want to change our plan, we can go, "Hey, what do you think about this? We want to," you know, Leanne and I've decided that, Leanne and I've decided now that we want to move to the coast. And we've asked that question. We've asked, and they're like, you know, we've got some things happening next year. And Josh was like, "Mate, settle the property first, and then we will look and see where we're at with the next point and the next point and the next point."
It's
but
just
it's
knowing
not
that
a
there's
no.
options.
It's never a no. It's a let's just see what we can do. And if it's possible, shit, we'll make it happen for you.
Yeah.
And that's fantastic because that's where we were stuck. Alex, we were stuck in at a point where
What do we do?
we just didn't know what to do with the money we had. Like people were, buying. We could have bought one investment property. We could have done that ourselves. We could have went out and picked a property wherever we wanted.
Well, we did have an investment
and bought
property.
it and purchased it and set it up as a rental and be done with it. Would I have been happy? Yeah, I would have been okay with that. But when we started watching the podcasts and everything like that, I'm like, some of these people don't earn as much as we do. They've got more debt than what we do, and they've got
A huge amount of assets.
4 assets, 5 assets. I'm like, they're doing something completely different to what everyone else is doing, and I want to know why.
Yeah,
and
I want to.
Yeah.
I want to know how they're doing
We want
it
that
because
recipe.
we spoke to a few people before we come here because I said to G, like we went on an educational piece as opposed to I like to understand how things work myself, and I want to be able to invest in things by myself. But the thing is that we got some advice and we talked to some people, and it was all malaligned, right? And it was like, and then some people gave me the ick, and then some people gave me the number up front, what we had to pay, and I'm like, what do we get for that? And then it's like, oh, but we do this, and I'm like, geez,
And then there
that's
were
a
multiple phone
whole bunch of.
calls
I don't mind
and-
paying for anything, right? As long as there's value in
Yeah,
it.
you got to see the value.
But I was like, where is the value in that number? Like, and then, infinity. And it's like, by the way, you pay this and you get all these. I was like, are they for real? Like, so we get a strategist, we get a wealth strategist, financial, you get a planner. We've got Josh and RM, and then obviously the rest of you. Your
But yeah,
team. They're sitting here
To
now
answer
doing
the
those
question,
things.
you get it. You have support. You'll have a team. You won't be left alone, and they're there all the time.
Yep.
A lot of them are actually there after hours and on weekends, and they don't have
often
to
than
be.
not.
Josh come in this morning at 6:30, and he's going down to something pretty personal. So,
You didn't have to do that, but it was really. We haven't met Josh personally yet, so it was really nice not to talk to him over.
So, and it's
Zoom.
a Saturday.
Yeah,
He doesn't
exactly.
have
They all
He
wanted
didn't
to
have to
be
do
here
that.
today because they want to meet their clients because they're not just clients. It almost sounds wrong a lot of the time when I say clients. Those aren't your clients. Those are the people that you help and people that are grateful for you being there all the time for them. I don't know what the word is.
100%.
Like just a big extended family.
It is. Well, they say the infinity family, and it's not. It's not a gimmick. It really is a big family.
Yeah, that's the
And
way that
you
was
get all that, and then you
created.
get to come to the party too.
Yeah.
I can't wait to see you guys at the party.
So excited.
We could talk all
We've got our
day, but we
Sheen-
probably,
we've got our
I know.
Sheen
we
Hall.
probably have to wrap it up. But you got your outfit sorted?
Yeah.
Yes, we've got our
Good.
Sheen Hall,
Sort
and we're
of.
going
Oh,
to
good.
do dress ups. Maybe we'll do it tonight.
I've got it. I ordered some stuff, but when it rocks up and you're like, it doesn't look like that.
Because it's from Sheen.
Seriously.
What is that?
Because
It'll be fine.
our I think our Coachella days are probably long gone,
I
but
told him to go shirtless because he's just got this awesome 60
Oh yeah, we
strong
haven't
bod.
talked about the 60 strong abs. If you've got the abs, I mean, I think I've got to have some people there putting like sparkle and glitter and stuff, so you
Yes.
could have glittery abs.
Like when you used to do
Stop
CrossFit
it.
and you could do the little flowers on your nipples.
Perfect. There's your outfit. You don't even need to go to
Yeah,
Shein.
it's
It's
organised.
like we budgeted and we saved money by not buying the $20 top from Shein. Just no top.
Yeah.
Yep.
I'll
we'll
be
see.
happy.
Give me 2 drinks and I'll be probably in my undies.
Suits
But
me. Getting on
This is for
stage
you, by
and
the way.
start
I don't want to feel like I'm
auctioning off-
objectifying your
Oh,
husband.
I know he says that to me
Oh.
all the time. Start auctioning off, ab touches,
Yep.
5-minute ab touches, and we'll put it in our sweep.
Oh, we could give it all to the came up wishing tree appeal.
well, that's
Ab
you know what
touches
that
for
was,
happy children.
that was
He
so
would do it
one
for
thing
that.
when I
He would do
joined
it for that.
60 Strong is Leanne and I discussed it, and I said if
Yeah.
I was lucky enough to win it, we were going to give it to her.
Yeah, we were just
Oh,
going to put it straight in the fund. That's what we were
Stop
going
it.
to do. It was,
Yeah.
it's money that we didn't have before anyway, and it would make some kids really
Yeah,
happy,
it would have
so-
changed a lot of. So that was our plan anyway. Like
Yeah.
with the money, if I was lucky enough to win it, but it's that's what we would have done anyway.
Yeah,
So-
but you still, he's.
Oh no,
We,
the
we lead
people
we
are-
lead healthy lifestyles, and he did really well. I knew he would. I knew he'd smash it. He's so annoying.
It's a discipline and a half doing
I'm
the 60
really
strong stuff. It's,
I have when I have a goal, I'm
yeah, very
kind of
focused.
unstoppable.
Yeah, he's annoying.
you're in the right place.
I look at chocolate and I'm just like, lost 5 kilos.
Yeah,
but
so
it's
I can literally like cut it off. I'm like,
yeah.
That's really
no worries.
great.
So I'm getting up
It
at
is.
4. Like I was training twice a day, saunering every night, walking at 11
He was very
o'clock at
disciplined,
night.
very committed. I was very proud of him.
I wasn't happy with the steps.
No.
Oh yeah, the
More
steps,
steps?
are annoying.
Oh,
I
because you
was-
had
I
to
was
do the
like,
steps.
I was
yeah.
like,
I haven't
was-
done 60 strong. I
I'd
did
get
75
home.
hard, and
Oh,
yeah,
that's a lot.
But my
That's-
husband was the same. It's like so annoying. He lost weight and just looking at the
Just
app.
like that.
I'm like,
Well, that was the only thing that
You're
annoyed me
all
because I'd
annoying.
get home and
Yeah.
I'd be proper buggered, and Leanne's like, I'm like, hey babe, and she's like, hey, I'm like, I'm just going for a walk for 45
Yeah.
minutes.
It was
I'll
a
be back
lot.
at
It was
11.
commitment.
So, but it was
He got good results.
I got the results.
And I knew
were
he
good.
would. He's done things like this before.
Yeah.
And done it.
But it was
It's just a bit-
the community, like inside that again, like community, right?
yeah, it is.
There's
Everyone
people
having each
in
other's
there
back.
that
I wouldn't have
had-
done that without everyone cheering each other on. Like, there's no way I would have just done it in my own head.
There was
No.
people who like had some
Yeah.
rough days, and like honestly,
Injuries.
well, I got the flu on the first day.
Oh,
Yeah, he did.
perfect timing.
And
yeah.
it was horrid too, and I still got up. I was like literally couldn't get off the lounge, but I walked up and down the driveway and
Oh
then
my
did a
goodness.
little workout in the house. So.
You're a machine.
But everyone was the same. Like people were like, "Oh,
Yeah,
just
everyone
an
had their
ankle,"
things
and
pop
so-
up. Life happens.
Yeah.
Anyway.
But no, it was good. Thank you.
So good.
But
No,
you're
congratulations
Please
for-
don't auction me off. I'm not
Okay.
that type of.
All right, we won't.
be. I'll
Maybe
put
not.
glitter on
Yeah.
after a margarita.
Okay, margarita and then glitter. Well, we'll see you there. Thank you so much for coming
Thanks,
in and
Alex.
sharing
Thank
your
you.
story. It does make a difference, and it is really helpful. So I appreciate you doing that. And I know that there'll be lots of people who come up to you in the next few months and be like, "We heard your story. You changed our lives." So prepare yourselves. But yeah, thank you very much for being part of this, and thanks for coming in.
No,
Thanks,
thank you for
Alex.
having us.
Appreciate it.
Appreciate it.
You fucking gone. See ya.